Can you hear the sighing in the wind? Can you feel the heavy silence in the mountains? Can you sense the restless longing in the sea? Can you see it in the woeful eyes of an animal? Something's coming, something better. Hello, this is Kenny Underwood coming to you from 1 Minute Sermon. Take a minute and imagine yourself at a party, and this party's just not happening. The people there aren't that interesting, the food's not that great, but you just keep hanging around thinking maybe it's going to get better. And finally your friend walks up and says, "Hey, let's get out of here, this is no good." And you tell him, "No, let's wait a little longer, it's going to get better." And he looks around and he looks back at you and goes, "No, let's go home. I'm going to take you home." So he takes you home, you open your front door, and surprise, there's this huge party waiting for you there. And as you go in, you start to realize that these are dear loved ones that you haven't seen in a long time. They're old, great friends, and the deeper you get into the party, the more you realize that this is just the greatest party ever. And you start embracing your friends, and it's just fantastic. And you realize that if you hadn't let go of that other party, if you hadn't left, you'd never experience this wonderful party that you're at. You know, it's sort of a crazy analogy, but that's sort of how we as Christians should look at our lives and our destiny. You know, we're here for a while, and it's great. There's a bunch of beautiful things here in this world, beautiful people, and there's a lot of love. But there's also a lot of hardship and heartache. There's a greater party waiting for us, though, and it's called heaven. And the Bible speaks about it in several places. In fact, in Revelation 21:4, it says, "He will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and death shall be no more. Neither shall there be any mourning, nor crying, nor pain anymore, for the former things have passed away." And the Bible in different places describes heaven, especially in the book of Revelation, and the beautiful place that's waiting for us. You know, think about this for a second. 3 people die every second, 180 every minute, 11,000 die every hour in this world. So if the Bible's correct, then over 250,000 people every day go to either heaven or hell. You know, it's a pretty crazy figure. And it's something we have to face. You know, we don't talk about it much. We don't talk about heaven. We talk about it in our Bible studies and amongst our Christian friends. But it's a reality that we should recognize. You know, there's a story about in 1952, Florence Chadwick, who was a swimmer, tried to swim from the island of Catalina to the coast of California. And she started swimming, and the seas got bigger, the waves got harder, and a chill set in, and a huge fog set upon them. And she kept swimming and swimming, and she kept looking up ahead, but she couldn't see anything because of the fog. And she finally just ran out of gas, and she gave up. Her mother was in a boat next to her, yelling words of encouragement, but it didn't do any good. She finally gave up. And when they measured later on, they realized that she had less than a half a mile to go to reach the coast. And she later said that if she could have seen ahead, she would have kept swimming. Well, how can we see ahead as Christians? What we do is we go to the Bible. We spend time in the Scriptures. Christ tells us in several places that He's waiting for us, and that there is a place called heaven waiting for us, that He's preparing for us. So stay strong, stay on the path, stay in God's Word, and we'll all rejoice someday, great day ahead in heaven. There's your 1 minute sermon. God bless.